All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakar Kodash. I want to say double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the elect. Hey, I'm my brother Gabar Yahweh from JMS, Hawaii. Coming to you with another quick lesson. Um, this lesson is on this picture that you see right here in front of you, and I had posted it up, but it says Jake is ignorant about DNA, and you see a picture with Patrick Mahomes, his father, and then his mother, and then you see a grown picture of Patrick Mahomes with his wife and his two daughters. Well, I believe that that's his daughter or either his daughter and son. I'm not sure what the infant is, but and then you see the Jake calling himself a proud black American. And Jake is ignorant to everything, Like Elder Yashawamba said, we gotta the truth, we need this truth to get us out of this matrix, man. Because that's what we're in. And Jake don't understand that. Jake judge things and people the way Esau judges you, by their outside appearance. And in reality, the super elite, they don't care about nobody. If you're not one of them, if you're not part of their ilk, they don't care about anybody, even their own people. But they've set down these divisive markers to divide people according to the flesh versus the spirit. All right? Because first of all, we're not black. That's the first thing. The first thing is that we're not black. This ain't a black thing. There's no such thing as white people. There's no such thing as people of color. There's nationalities of people, and a nation goes through the father because of the seed. All right, real quick, let me get this. I had this precept, Hosea. Well, let me read this real quick. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children, man. Right. And a knowledge in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, if you truly understand the Lord and the Son, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you will understand how this whole thing works, man. You understand that, first of all, the seed goes through the man. You understand that how Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai set things up. You'll understand his word, you understand his law, but Jake is destroyed for that. Because again, their mindset is after the mindset of the devil, Esau and Edom. They here in America, they used to have a rule called the one drop rule. If your forefather was a Negro, you got a drop of blood in you, guess what? You were considered a Negro. You weren't considered so-called white. You weren't considered whatever they want you to be. You were considered a Negro, right? And these little girls, let me see if I can, right, these are Israelites, bro. I'm not sure if his father's a Reubenite or is he a Judite. I believe he's a Judite. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, his son, he got a woman that reminds him of his mother. It's the same thing with Blake Griffin. You don't see Blake Griffin, even Drake. Even Drake's son. You look at Drake's son, you look at Blake Griffin's children, they all look like so-called white people. But in reality, those are Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? Blake Griffin's children are Levites, right? His, what's his, this dude, I just said his name. But all their children are Israelites, man. This man, Patrick Mahomes, people get on him because he doesn't act, the stereotypical way the so-called black man in America supposedly acts. They call him whitewashed. They make all of these sly remarks about this man, but guess what? This man's an Israelite, and you could tell he's an Israelite. He got the spirit of a Jake. And where did that spirit come from? It came from his father. His father was genetics. His genetics was set up to be to play athletics at a high level. It came from his father. And it went to his son. His son played baseball, played football. He chose football over baseball. And this dude's a top quarterback in the NFL right now, man. And then he got him a white woman, just like his father did, right? And then over a generation, In one generation, now his children that he has look like so-called white kids. But guess what? Those are Israelites, right? We don't judge. You're not supposed to judge on an outward appearance, man. Let me see if I can find that. Um, right? This is let me see. I know it's in Samuel. This is the book of 1 Samuel 16:7. It says, but the Lord, excuse me, but the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, said unto Samuel, look not on him, look, Slakia. But the Lord said, but Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, said unto Samuel, look not on him, look not on his countenance, or the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. Man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, looketh on the heart. You know, the Lord look at your spirit. You know what I'm saying? He look at your spirit to see if you righteous. He look at the spirit to see if you wicked. He look at the spirit to see if you insincere or if you sincere. He can see your spirit if you're the spirit of an Israelite or you're a spirit of a heathen. All right? I just want to see what this says in the NLT. It says, but the Lord said to Samuel, don't judge by his appearance or height, for I have rejected him. For the Lord doesn't see things the way you see them. People judge by outward appearances, but the Lord looks at the heart. Right. And that's what this dude called himself a proud black American. He better hope he's an Israelite, you know? And why do you call yourself black? It's because the white man called you black. Before he called you black, he called you colored. He called you nigger, you know? He called you Negro, you know? But he never called you a Hebrew Israelite, okay? And that's what we're set down here to do. We're bringing the gospel. We're bringing our people through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shai back to Yahweh Bashem Shai in remembrance and repentance. You know, we're reminding them to do these things through the spirit, okay? We can't judge. We're a spiritual people. We should not be judging people on their outward appearance. It ain't about what you look like. Now, if you an Edomite, you an Edomite. If you a heathen, you a heathen. If you're an Israelite, you're an Israelite. And through the spirit, we can see that, first of all, Patrick Mahomes is definitely the Israelite. His children, these two, I want to say two little girls, but his two children are Israelites, man. And I'm not sure if his wife could be a confusion of face. I'm not sure if his mother is a confusion of face Israelite, because she could be too. You know, and that's why you have Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. Okay? Revelation 7 and 9. Right? It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations, kindreds, and people, and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. It says in the NLT, after this I saw a vast crowd, too great to count, from every nation and tribe and people and language, standing in front of the throne. And before the Lamb they were clothed in white robes and held palms branches in their hands. And right, that mixed multitude of people that look like the other nations, speak the tongue of the other nations, that were standing in front of the throne were Israelites scattered abroad. And over time, you know, these children, they started to look like the other nations. All right? They took on their customs, but then they repented. They were selected for repentance. These are Israelites that were scattered amongst the nations. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 21. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. In the NLT it says, and give them this message from the sovereign Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. I will gather the people of Israel from among the nations. This is why you have Revelation 7 and 9. I will bring them home to their own land from the places where they have been scattered. And you can see that. You know, these Israelites, they're going to be brought back to their nationality. They're going to be brought back to the place of our home. It don't matter what you look like. If you're an Israelite, you're an Israelite, and you can't refuse that. And I've seen videos of Patrick Mahomes' dad. He looked like a drug addict. He looked like a weed smoking demon, right? But right here, he was all clean cut. Got him a white woman. And Jake do that. You know what I mean? Jake get into these athletics, and they get a different type of woman. They don't have to settle for the end up. Having your mom being a so-called black woman it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's about what your father is. The seed of the man is what counts. All right? The seed. Let me see if I can find that. The seed, right? That's a lot. Let me see. All right. I gotta get the word. This is 2 Samuel 22:51. He is a tower of salvation for his king, and show of mercy to his anointed, unto David and to his seed forevermore. Right? That word, this is in the NLT. You give great victories to your king. You show unfailing love to your anointed, to David and all his descendants. And these two little girls are descendants of Patrick Mahomes' father. I'm not sure what his name is, but Patrick Mahomes' dad, which is a so-called black man, right? These are his grandchildren. These are his seeds right here. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a little boy. So you got his daughter right here and his son, and they look like so-called white kids. Now, guess what? They're gonna grow up and they're gonna they may deal with so-called so-called black men if they was here that long, or they might deal with a so-called white man. Now the son, his seed is always gonna be that of an Israelite. The daughter, if she deal with an Edomite, she gonna bring forth his seed. If she deal with an Israelite, she gonna bring forth his seed. But it's all about the seed. It's not about your visage. It's not about the way you look. You know what I mean? You gotta break out of that. You gotta break out of that. That's a control mechanism. That's a crutch. That's a disabling effect on your mind. And this is a great example. Is read the wheat and the tare. It said don't pluck up the wheat and the tares together, because then you might be plucking up some of the wheats, because tares look alike, But you gotta judge by the spirit, man, and not by the appearance. All right. So, and with that, I would say shalom. On to the next.